Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was interviewed by Boxing Social. Shout out to them. I'll leave the link below in the description box, and he had something very interesting to say. Of course, we've seen these media workouts between Oscar Rivas and Dillian White. Dillian White looks good. He looks ready. He looks focused, and it looks like a great fight that's coming about. I look forward to that fight. I probably look forward more to that fight than Pacquiao. It's probably a toss-up because I'm looking forward to both fights because I don't know the outcome of these. If you noticed, I haven't done a fight study. I probably would. I can do a keys to victory. I'll do that later today, but I don't know what will happen in these fights. I can't say Dillian White will just run through Oscar Rivas because it's a hell of a thing fighting someone that never lost. You have to take that will from them. You know what I mean? Or just knock them out. But someone that's never lost, okay? That's a person that doesn't know defeat. That's a person that will resist any mental submission of a loss, of losing. Someone that never lost, that's a dangerous thing. Because you have to break them. You have to beat that, literally beat that into them that, hey, you're going to lose tonight. Oscar Rivas doesn't have that. Dillian White has. But Dillian White was, of course, knocked cold. He wasn't beat round after round after round. Okay? And I'm listening to what Eddie had to say. He said something very interesting. He said that this is a very similar situation to Ruiz Joshua, or at Joshua Ruiz. And everybody was looking forward to other fighters. Everybody was overlooking Ruiz. Everybody was, he was just a replacement guy. Well, it's similar in this fashion. Oscar Rivas is a guy that no one really knows. No one really talks about, right? I talk about him because I know his worth. I know that this guy has beat Ruiz. He's beat a lot of other fighters, Parker, Ruiz. He's beat these guys in the amateurs, okay? Dillian White's beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs. That's what made that so intriguing. And Joshua beat him in the pros, right? Now, a lot of people, if he beats and upsets Dillian White, mark my words, a lot of people are going to be shocked, but I won't. Because like Eddie said, and I agree with Eddie on this point, he said that that's all the makings of an upset, right? You're fighting with the WBC, and everybody's talking about Deontay Wilder. Well, Deontay Wilder is just the champion at the WBC. The huge distraction is the WBC itself with the politics. So Dillian White's been busy and distracted, I feel, messing with the WBC, fighting the WBC, bad-mouthing the WBC, right? Protesting against the WBC to the point is maybe, he should take his focus into Rivas, because Rivas is one of those guys that a lot of people are not really talking enough about, and they should. If we learned anything over a month ago, 6 weeks ago, we learned that a lot of people show you what their resume reflects. And I think Oscar Rivas will do that. Now, if Dillian White does beat Oscar Rivas, they should definitely consider his legitimacy in the heavyweight division. His stock just rose. Okay, this is a new year. We can talk about what Dillian White did last year. He had a good year last year, very good year. But this is another year. Okay, yeah, you're good as your last fight, but you have a fight in front of you next. Okay, and it could be an upset. It definitely be a barn burner, as they call it, and this could happen. The reality of an upset are really, just an understanding, because this is now a tournament now. This is not a, oh, well, what happens when Rivas wins? Look, Rivas, there's a reason Tyson Fury didn't want to fight him. because they knew, no, we don't want that person. I know what the excuse was. The excuse was, oh, he's shorter and we want a taller guy to get us prepared for Wilder or whatever. I hear you. Why would you want to get prepared for a person you've already fought? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't buy that. I think they looked at Oscar Rivas as one of those guys that would give them problems, and they didn't want those type of problems this stage in the contract with Tyson Fury with ESPN. They didn't want to fight that difficult right now. Give it to Dillian. Dillian took it. Now Dillian has to deal with it. Okay? He has to deal with that problem of Oscar Rivas, and he will be a problem on the day. So like Eddie Hearn says, yeah, this could be a very, very upsetting fight or a surprising fight, because people are overlooking that guy like they did Ruiz. Ruiz lost, only lost once, and that was to decision. And people want to, overlook him because he was a replacement. Well, if he was a replacement, it was like, hey, this guy is still a opponent that needs to be dealt with. And guess what? He wasn't. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's comments. Do you think Oscar Rivas will upset Dillian White? Leave your comments below. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.